What's going on? Welcome back in the Content Meta. If you are new to the channel and you subscribe to our content, make it official. Hit that sub button, thumb us up for a like, and hit the notification bell. This week's episode had some major developments, causing ripples that has apparently come full circle, connecting into the modern day Shield. These connections are made even more readily visible by the interactions between Mac, Deke, and Freddy, or aka Gideon Sr. This episode gives us a glimpse into the reflection pool of a man who will later on father one of the most powerful men in S.H.I.E.L.D. and one of the most feared men in Hydra. It is obvious now that Wilford's drive is only deepened by losing his father in the manner in which he did. So being that he already came from a place of wealth, he is utterly determined to redeem his family's legacy at all cost, and through any means deemed necessary. But there is one more thing here that is worth mentioning. The appearance of Deke's walkie-talkie, seemingly insignificant at the time, perhaps later on made a major impression on William, thus guiding Gideon Malik to the place where he later excels in life. Consequently, and to validate this point, Gemma discovers the origins of the green liquid to be the predecessor of Dr. Erskine's work, responsible for turning Steve Rogers into Captain America and Johann Schmidt into the Red Skull. Now, the most important facet regarding the weight of these discoveries by the team is the effect that it has on Daisy, but more on that in a minute or so. Not only has May found her legs, but she's more than willing to use them on Enoch, because she feels the need to be able to help the team or something. I don't quite know. Even though she has no idea what's going on, or where she is, or even who she is for that matter. Listen, I'm not throwing shade on May, not at all. There just needs to be something a little more compelling about what's going on with May. That's why it's one of my main critiques for this episode. Not to mention, she gives Coulson the cold shoulder, and Yo-Yo and not using her speed is ridiculous. But anyway, I try my best not to harp on this. Maybe later on in the season she'll do something to redeem this. Make good on it or something, I don't know. At least we got a cool fight scene out of it, and Enoch did make me kind of laugh.
Since we are at war, I took the opportunity to upgrade to the hunter-level combat skill package.
Just as the time sequence kicks in, Daisy feels compelled to make a decision to have Wilford Malik killed, given the number of lives that will be lost because of its influence. Now, understandably, under any other circumstances, this would be a noble notion. Noble in the sense of trying to save lives, yet and still, it is murder.
Freddy and his family will be responsible for thousands of deaths in the future.
No, that ain't Freddy.
Well, it's not now, but it will be.
But you can't blame someone for something they ain't done yet.
And therein lies their moral conundrum of being in the past. See, one thing is certain about the logic of this version of time travel. They don't quite yet know the consequences of their actions. This concept or theory of predeterminism was the primary inspiration for movies like Minority Report, which in essence deals in causal determinism or cause and effect. And yet, Ernest does have a point. This is not his past, it's his present. Therefore, Wilford shouldn't be blamed for what hasn't happened yet. So I'm very pleased to report the show writers have accounted for this paradox. Even after taking 2 bullets for the team, having his place raided by police posing Chronicoms, and having his mind blown by the revelation of future technology and even time travel, Ernest Koenig has not only settled into the idea of a brighter future, but his curiosity is only piqued even further. Ever since we were first introduced to the Koenig family, there's no denying that he had an almost enigmatic feel. Obviously, how things played out were the natural course of events, given the fact that Enoch missed the time jump, and would therefore later on fill in Koenig's gaps of ignorance. But a better question would be, if S.H.I.E.L.D. never travels to the past, would Koenig ever be stationed in those safe houses? So then, this past or present event has now become the fulcrum or the completion of the circle of Koenig's aiding of S.H.I.E.L.D. from the very first season. Nice, very nice. That just about wraps it up. Stay tuned in the Content Meta for next week's episode as S.H.I.E.L.D. continues to randomly jump around in time. And as always, until then, see you then.